Hi everyone, my name is Laura, and today's 30-minute movement practice will focus in on somatic movement. So if you're not familiar with the word somatic, it comes from the root word soma, meaning the body perceived from within. So a lot of our emotions, our life events actually physically get stored in the body. There's more and more evidence coming out about how our external world literally affects what's going on, how emotions can get stored within. So the idea of somatic movement is that we have the ability to help move some of these emotions out of the body. Just like the digestive system intakes our food, decides what we're going to keep, and eliminates the rest, the same thing happens for the physical body. So we take in our day-to-day conversations, our emotions, but our body will hold on to different emotions, things that we didn't get to maybe properly process. It could be a conversation you have with somebody and you don't say what you needed to say. That literally gets stored within the body. So we'll be focusing in on helping to move through to digest some of the emotions of the body. And we'll be doing this in a few different ways. Yoga alone, any type of movement, helps you kind of just work through some of these layers. We'll also be doing a little bit of shaking, some pendulating movement, and then also just sitting in stillness after we move to kind of just perceive, to take in whatever it is that we're feeling. So we'll get started in a comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. For me, that's sitting on my shins. You can also sit on a block. You could sit on a pillow. You could sit cross-legged, whatever is most comfortable for you. And also to mention, if you want to grab a blanket, now's your time to do so. You could pause your video. The blanket's just going to be a way to support underneath your knees. We'll be doing a little bit of movement sequence on the knees. So if you have sensitive knees, you might want to grab that. So just give yourself a moment to grab any props you need. And then make your way to your comfortable seat. Allow your eyes to start to close down. And just begin to arrive. Start to notice where you've landed, where your sit bones meet the heels or the ground. Taking in anything occurring in your space, any sounds, any smells, the sound of my voice. And start to drop the awareness a little deeper into your physical body. Start to notice what you've arrived with. Maybe notice any thoughts, any emotions, any energy running through the mind or the body. Not labeling anything, just simply becoming aware. And start to drop our awareness in deeper into the sensations of the physical body, into the breath. Noticing where your breath lives, noticing its depth, its texture. We'll take a round of cleansing breath together. Start to inflate your low belly. Draw the breath up through your ribs, into your chest. And open mouth, let it go. You can allow the eyes to remain closed or gently blink them open. We'll start by just rotating out our wrists, creating some circles in one direction. Fingers can be closed in or open, whatever feels better. And roll in the opposite direction. And just start to shake the hands out a bit. Just shaking them side to side. Allow the arms to become engaged, to move around. Just starting to shake up some of that energy. Still including the breath. Those deep inhales through the belly and out the mouth. Once things feel good, bring the palms back to stillness on the lap. Drop the shin down towards the chest. Rock the right ear by the right shoulder. Back through center and over to the left. Come back through center to the right. Just find this pendulating movement forward and back, side to side. Still engaging the breath. If one side feels interesting, you can always linger there, getting curious with the sensation. And whenever things feel even, draw the chin back to center, the head gently lifts. We'll inhale, sweep both arms overhead, squeeze those biceps in by the ears for a moment. Take another big inhale, reach a little higher, grow long through the side bodies. And exhale your hands back down to your sides, fingertips rest on the mat. Gently chuck in the chin slightly, just so you grow a little longer through the back of the spine. Go ahead and inhale, draw the shoulders up by the ears, and exhale them down the back. Again, inhale, draws the shoulders up. Exhale, lowers them. Once more in this direction, inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze the shoulders down your back. We'll just reverse the direction. Inhale, squeeze them up. And exhale, bring them forward. Inhale the shoulders up. Exhale, drop them down. One last time. Inhale to reach them up. And exhale, drop them down. Start to walk your hands in front of you, bringing yourself into a tabletop. Again, this is an opportunity that you could grab that blanket if you want to place it underneath the knees if they feel sensitive. And then the wrists are going to come just below the shoulders. The hips are just above the knees. We'll flow through a few rounds of cat and cow as we inhale, that belly drops low, the head until lift. Exhale to press the earth away from you, round your spine. Send your gaze towards your thighs. Again, belly drips, head until the lift, find cow. Exhale, press the earth away from you, gaze at the thighs. Once more, inhale, belly drops, head until lift. Exhale, press around. Go back to that neutral spine, that flat back. And then extend your right leg long behind you. Go ahead and flex those right toes into the mat. Gently start to shift your weight forward and back. You should feel an opening sensation through the back of the right calf, the back of the right hamstring. And find stillness here back in center. Go ahead and pivot your left toes out to your left side, tucking them under, and then rotate that right heel down and reach the right arm up towards the sky. Nice. Coming into a version of gate pose. This should feel like a big side body stretch all the way from the right outer corner of the feet. Maybe you drop that right bicep by the ear for an even bigger stretch. If it feels good, you can take a rotation of the arm, create a big circle. Find that circle in the opposite direction. Bring that right palm back towards the ceiling. Stay for an inhale. And as you exhale, start to lift your left arm, reaching both arms up towards the sky. Growing long through that left side body, deep inhale. And exhale as you bend over to the right, creating some space between that right hip, left hip and left fingertips. Sending your breath through the left side body for one more inhale. Exhale, that left palm comes back down to the earth, right palm rises up. Maybe you lift the right leg, flexing the right toes towards the face. And if the right heel is lifted, go ahead and tap it down for one. Lift. 2, lift, 3, lift, and linger it there. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, bring it back down to earth. Bring your right palm back down. Rotate your left foot behind you and draw that right knee in back to tabletop. Gently rock the hips from side to side. Just preparing for the opposite side, getting a little bit of movement, a little fluidity back in the hips before extending the left leg long behind you, tucking the left toes under, and gently pressing your weight forward and back. Exploring how it feels in this leg, this back of the calf, back of your hamstring. Come back to stillness, back to center. Rotate your right toes out to the side, left foot flat on the earth, and inhale, sweep that left arm high. Big side body stretch all the way from the left outer corner of your foot, really stamping it down onto the earth. And maybe you reach your left bicep by the left ear. Big deep breaths into the left side body. So to comply on the right hand, lift that left arm up and right arm up and over to the left side. Nice. Finding length through your right side body. Creating space between that right hip and the right fingertip. Stay for another inhale here. Exhale, right palm makes its way back down to the mat. Left arm reaches, maybe the left foot starts to float. You flex the left toes towards the face and linger here or lower for 1, lift, 2, lift, 3, lift. Stay here for another breath in. Maybe lift that left arm a little higher, creating space across the front of your collarbones. And then draw that left arm back down. Move that left hip, left knee to the earth, and just swivel the hips from side to side. Take a moment to reconnect to your belly for those deep inhales. Maybe an open mouth exhale. Spreading through the fingers here. Go ahead and tuck the toes under. Send the hips up and back for your first downward facing dog. Allow your head to fall heavy between the biceps. The hips press up and back. You can invite in a little bit of movement, bending one knee at a time. Pedaling out your dog. Growing long through the sides of the body. Finding stillness once again. Pressing your belly back towards your thighs. And place a bend in both of your knees. Start to lift the heels. Stay for your inhale. And as you exhale, slowly start to walk your feet towards the top of the mat, coming into forward fold. Allow a generous bend in the knees here. And grab for opposite elbows. Taking ragdoll, allow yourself to sway from side to side. Maybe involving the neck here, shaking it yes, shaking it no. Inviting in a decompression of the spine. Maybe a decompression of anything you don't need anymore, emotionally, energetically. Perhaps envision it pouring out from the crown of your head. Allow both hands to melt down towards the earth. And inhale, find a halfway lift, flatten through the spine. Exhale to fold. Next inhale, we'll slowly start to rise up, stacking one vertebrae on top of another. Your head should be the last thing to rise. Nice. Once you arrive, you can allow your eyes to close down and take a soft gaze. And just as we did while seated, inhale, draw your shoulders up by the ears. And exhale them down the back. Fingertips are spread away from one another. Palms face towards me. Go ahead and pick up all of your toes and then gently set them down one by one. Feel the contact of the earth below the feet. Place one hand on your belly, opposite hand on your heart. Do a little breathing practice here, a little body awareness, a little drop in. Start to notice your hand. Notice it inflate as you inhale. And draw back as you exhale. Start to allow your awareness to drop down into the feet. And then allow it to draw up through the ankles, the shins, the knees, the thighs, the hips, the belly. Everything becomes longer as you work your way up to the ribs, the chest, neck, the head, drawing the crown of your head up towards the ceiling a little bit higher. And now draw your attention to the width of your body, noticing the width between your shoulders, between your hips, between the feet. Allowing yourself to take up space. And we'll start to bring the attention to the depth of the body, drawing it back into the belly, noticing that expansion as you inhale. And how everything recedes in as you exhale. Notice that expansion. Now open mouth, release. Noticing yourself in all directions, that length from your feet to the crown of the head, the width of the hips from side to side, and the depth as your body expands as you breathe. Let go of control of the breath, allow the hands to come down by the sides, and just take a moment to allow things to settle, to notice. With the next inhale, we'll sweep both arms overhead, finding steeple mudra at the top. We'll interlace the hands, the pointer finger will face up towards the ceiling. You can gently blink the eyes open again. Bring the weight into the heels, a gentle bend into the knees. Stay for the inhale. And as you exhale, just start to rotate, tilt to the right side. Big lateral side bend, stay for the inhale. Exhale as you start to bend in half. Rotate your fingers through the center, over to the left and back up. One more full around the world rotation in this direction. Stay for the inhale. Exhale leans you to the right. Move your way forward to the left and back through center. Once more, opposite direction. Stay buoyant in those knees. Stay for your inhale. Exhale, side bend to the left. Continue pulling those arms over to the side, forward, up and over to the right. Once more in this direction. Make your way back to center. Go ahead and unlace those hands, reach the fingertips towards the ceiling, stay for your inhale. Exhale, fold through. Inhale through that halfway lift, flat spine. And exhale, fold. Big bend in the knees. Walk your feet back, finding downward facing dog. Taking a moment here in downward dog, finding that stillness, finding that connection back to your body. On the next inhale, the right leg will lift high. And exhale, you'll step between the hands. Coming into runner's lunge here, becoming grounded through your front foot. Back left heel is high, stay for that inhale. Exhale, bend the left knee, draw it back down to the earth. And then from here, you'll walk your right foot out to the right side of your mat, toes face out, heel is in, and bring that right palm inside of the left foot. Coming into a lizard lunge here, and just take a moment to explore. Create some gentle forward and back motions, moving into that right hip. Maybe you swirl around a little bit, make some figure eights or some circles. Finding rotation in both directions. Finding your breath. And come back to stillness here. Ground down through your right foot. As you inhale, you'll sweep your left arm high, expanding across the chest. Bend the left elbow, bring the hand to the back of the neck. Stay for an inhale. Exhale as you round down, draw that left elbow towards your left wrist. It doesn't have to, right left wrist, it doesn't have to touch. Next inhale, we peel open. Stack the left shoulder over the right, and exhale, round down. Nice, one more time. Inhale, peel as you open, lift that left elbow high, and exhale, round down. Draw it back up just one more time. This time straighten through the left arm, reach the fingertips towards the sky, And exhale, plant the left palm on the earth. Go ahead and wiggle or heel toe that right foot back in between both your hands. Tuck your left toes under, straightening through that left leg, and simply step it forward, forward fold. Inhale through a halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, high mountain, biceps, hug the ears. And exhale, fold to let it go. Inhale through a halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands on the mat, step the feet back, we're back in down dog. Take a moment to slow down, to reconnect to the breath, to notice any sensation that's arised in the body. Again, not labeling anything as good or bad, just noticing what's present. Ground down through the right foot. Next inhale, we lift the left leg high. And exhale, step between the hands, coming into that runner's lunge. Taking a moment to ground down through the left foot. That right heel is high, stay for the inhale. And exhale, right knee comes down to the mat. Go ahead and heel toe the left foot out to the side, coming into that lizard lunge. Grounding down through both the palms. Really planting that left palm. As you inhale, sweep the right arm high. Go ahead and bend that right elbow. Bring that right palm to the nape of the neck. Stay for an inhale as you twist open, broadening across the chest. And exhale as you start to round down. Draw the right elbow to the left wrist. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round down. One more full round. Inhale, reach the right elbow high. Exhale, round down. This time we lift, reach the right arm, right fingertips towards the sky. Let go of that bend in the elbow. Stay for another inhale. Exhale, right palm returns down to the mat. Heel toe the left foot in. Frame the left foot. Untuck the right toes to lift the right knee. Stay for an inhale. Exhale to a forward fold. Step that right foot forward. Inhale through a halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, high mountain. Biceps hugging by the ears. And exhale your hands to your heart center. From here, go ahead and widen your feet out. About 3 to 5 inches wider than the hips. Coming into star pose here, we'll inhale, sweep the arms towards the sky. Stay for the inhale. Exhale your hands to your hips. Inhale, draw the crown of your head towards the sky. And exhale, wide-legged forward fold. A pose that's really good for the parasympathetic nervous system. Anytime we get our head below the hips. Grab for opposite elbows here. And allow yourself just to pendulate, rocking from side to side. This movement can be as slow or as fast-paced as you'd like it to be. Dialing into what the body needs rather than how the poses feel. It might feel good to drop the hands to the earth, to invite a little fluidity, a little bit of movement as you rock from side to side. You can allow the head to rock. Be shaking it yes and no. When you feel you've had enough movement, bring it back to center. Draw the crown of your head down towards the earth. Allow everything to get heavy. Maybe your weight shifts a little bit from the toes into the heels. Gentle rocking. Bring the hands to the center of your mat and start to heel toe the feet in. Until they're back in that mountain pose, feet. Inhale through a halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold. Plant your hands on your mat. Step your feet back to that downward facing dog. Allowing everything to settle in. On the next inhale, we'll reach the right leg high. And exhale, knee towards your nose. Preparing for our pigeon pose here. Drop that right shin to the earth. Untuck your back toes. Sinking your hips down. Crown of the head is lifted. So we're working into that right hip. You might want to adjust that right foot. You can bring the right foot a little closer to the top of the mat or a little closer to your body, just playing around with what feels best. Top of the left foot is flat. Shoulders squeeze back towards one another. Head gently lifts. And we'll move a little bit here. We'll stay for our inhale. Exhale as you bend at the elbows, start to lower the forehead, sleeping pigeon. Inhale lifts you up, lifts the head. Exhale, lower. Inhale, we peel up. Use the strength of the arms, the core. And exhale, lower. Once more, inhale to lift. Exhale, lower down into your sleeping pigeon. You can bring your forearms to the earth. Allow the head to hang heavy. Or maybe rest your forehead on the forearms, on the block, on a pillow. Notice what it feels like in the body to let everything settle in. Letting go of that movement. Letting go of control of the breath. Your hips become heavier as they melt their way down towards the earth. Take a moment to tune into what's going on in the mind, in your energetic space, perhaps what's occurring in the physical body. Again, not labeling anything as good or bad. Slowly start to bring both palms back down to the earth. Tuck the left toes under. And next inhale, you'll sweep that right leg high, three-legged dog. You can place a bend in the right knee, create some circles with the right hip or the right ankle. Just working through anything static. Slowly lower that right foot back down to the earth. And we'll reverse the feet. As we inhale that left leg, we'll start to lift. Exhale, we'll draw that left knee towards the face. Preparing for pigeon on this side. So making any adjustments as necessary. Maybe walking the left foot closer towards the top of the mat or closer to your body. Untuck the right toes. Find a comfortable placement for your palms. Draw the shoulders towards one another. Find a gentle lift of the heart and the chin. Stay for your inhale. Exhale as you bend the elbows, start to lower down, sleeping pigeon. Inhale, peels the body back up. Exhale, slow lower. Inhale, peels you up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, peels you up. Exhale, lower. We'll stay in pigeon this time. You're stacking those forearms on top of one another. Allow the head to rest. Perhaps placing a block, a blanket underneath the head. Taking the opportunity to check in on this side. Maybe noticing any physical variances. Any sensations that are occurring. Noticing the heartbeat, the breath slowing down. Allowing whatever it is that needs to be digested to digest, to move through. Another round of breath here. And gently bring both palms underneath the shoulders as you walk the head back up. Tuck the toes under. Lift that left leg high. Bend into that left knee, creating any rotations of the right hip, the right ankle, anything you might need. Knowing always that my voice is just a guide. Ultimately, your body is the teacher. It knows how to move. It knows what to do. Slowly lower your left foot back down to the earth. Stay for another deep inhale and down dog. And open mouth, cleansing breath, let it go. Slowly lower both knees down to the earth, find table for a moment. And then start to swing your heels out in front of you. Nice. Preparing for staff pose here. Flexing the toes towards the face. Grounding onto your sits bones, maybe moving any flesh out of the area. Inhale, sweeping the arms high. And exhale, we'll hinge at the hips as we lead with our heart reaching towards the ankles, the calves, or the toes. No need to touch. It's just a reach. Allow your spine to round, your head to become heavy. As we come back to the body, as we come back to perceive what's within. Another breath in of stillness. Breath out, we start to lift the head. Nice a bend in the knees, bring both soles of the feet to the earth. And two options to get here. If you want a little more core activation, you can lower, or you can bring your hands to your knees. Allow the support of your hands to gently bring you down to your mat slowly. Go ahead and draw your knees in towards your chest. Make some circles or rock the knees from side to side for a little back massage. Again, no wrong way or right way, just moving how your body needs to move. Our bodies hold so much wisdom. They tell us what needs to be expressed, what needs to be completed. If we simply slow down enough to listen. Go ahead and stamp the soles of the feet towards the sky, coming into happy baby, reaching for either your ankles, your calves, or maybe your toes. Big bend in the knees. Maybe you gently pull your knees in closer to the armpits, really opening up through the hips. And if your back is flat on the earth, perhaps you rock from side to side, embodying all the joy-like essence of this playful pose. You might feel good for one last calf and hamstring stretch to straighten one leg at a time. With the feet still stamped towards the sky, go ahead and zip them up next to each other for legs up the invisible wall. You can come into full shoulder stance if that's in your practice, gently lifting your hips up. Bring your hands to the base of the low back. Maybe play around with the feet, flexing them towards the face and pointing them. Keeping your gaze up towards the toes, careful not to bend the neck. And then slowly lower the hips back down. And we're going to lower completely into our Shavasana. So lowering the hips, the legs, the full body. Finding a comfortable pose where you could rest, lying on your back. Allow everything to become very heavy. I'll guide us through a short meditation here called the bath body practice. Take a moment, allow yourself to gently move what needs to move. Maybe you've chosen stillness, and that's okay too. If you need a little additional movement, a little swaying, a little shimmying, maybe a yawn, deep breath. Maybe there's a sound effect associated with what you feel. Any type of release, allow it. Always listening to what you need, rather than telling yourself what it looks like or you shouldn't be doing it. Allow the eyes to close or take a soft gaze. Take a scan beginning with the front line of the body, beginning with the top of the head, crown of the head. Softening through the face. A little more with every exhale. Soften the corners of your mouth. Soften the throat. Soften the front of the chest, down to the belly, the solar plexus. Softening the pelvis, the top of the legs, the knees, the calves, the shins, the tops of the feet. Scan the arms, letting go of any tension or tightness you might be holding, releasing any clenching. Now draw the attention just behind the softness of the front of the body into the center of your body. This is where your breath lies, dropping the attention from the crown of the head down to the belly, down through that central channel of breath. As you breathe, drop the breath low. Inhale as it extends back through the head. Exhale, drop it down. Slow, steady breaths. Each breath has a soft, rolling quality. The front of your body is still soft. The breath is fluid. Rolling up, rolling down, much like the waves of the ocean. The front of the body is still soft. The fluidity in the center of the belly guiding the breath. And draw your attention to the back of the body. Again, starting with the crown of the head, through the back of the head, the back of the neck, back of the shoulders, the muscles down the spine, bottom of your seat, down the backs of the legs, the backs of the feet, backs of the toes. This point of your body is strong. The front of your body is soft. And your breath is fluid in the center. Locating yourself in the back of the body. Make a gentle shift back. Like you're softly leaning back into a comfy sofa, your bed, leaning back into a cloud, supporting you. The front of the body is still soft. The center is fluid. Your back is strong and supported. Allow yourself to drift further into that point of comfort, of relaxation. Know that you're more than welcome to stay here as long as you would like to. Continuing to receive the medicine of rest, taking as much time as you need. Thank you so much for your trust in allowing me to guide you on this somatic movement journey.